Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Gurur Brahma,
ब्रह्मा
Gurur
गुरुविष्णु
Vishnu,
गुरुदेवो
Gurudevo
महेश्वरः
Maheshwaraha,
गुरु
Guru
साक्षात्
Sakshat
परब्रह्म
Parabrahma,
तस्मै
Tasmai
श्री
Shri Gurave
गुरवे
Namaha.
नमः.
So, to all of you, a very happy Guru Purnima. Yesterday was Guru Purnima, we all know, Veda Vyasa Jayanti. Now, the most important is to have Shraddha towards Guru. And what do I mean by that? I have made a presentation like Guru is always ready. They say that for one student, there are 100 gurus to be sought for, not the reverse way, but the student should be ready. So who is an ideal student? That is what I would like to tell you. In the real life, it is different. As you see in the first benchers, listening and writing and making good scores in the exams, maybe an ideal student. But in the real life and in the path of spirituality, these few qualities should be there with a student who is an ideal student. The first one is he should be one who asks questions. And the questions are not vague questions. The questions are about knowing the truth. What is the truth? What is the real truth? What is Satya? So, which points to the Paramatma. So these questions, when they are asked by a student who is very inquisitive, he's one of the quality of being an ideal student. Like out of all the Pandavas, we all know only Arjuna was asking question because he was seeking the truth. We have all done the second chapter in which he was confused whether he should fight or not. Being a warrior, he was confused. And he had the question whether I should really fight and kill my own. At the end of the second chapter, he understood, but still in the third chapter, he asked, when everything is to be given up, even the karmas have to be given up, then why not I leave this place and give sannyasa, live for sannyasa, which was again explained in third chapter, that you have to do karma, get eligible for jnanam, and then you go to sannyasa. And again, we have seen the fourth chapter beginning, even though he doesn't ask, but Krishna being a good teacher, he will tell him that really sannyasa are different sannyasas. You choose first karma yoga, get purified in karma yoga, and then go for sannyasa. So the ideal student is one who is inquisitive. Whatever age it may be, doesn't matter. But he is very inquisitive. The one who has lot of faith. Shraddha cannot be actually defined. Shraddha is a word which we cannot define as faith. It is mixture of bhakti, devotion, complete trust in someone. So he should have Shraddha. Have you seen this verse? Sattvanurupa sarvasya Shraddha bhavati bharata Shraddha mayo yam purusho yo yashraddha sa evasaha. Have you ever heard this verse? Anyone except Arunati? Where does it come? Just for having some conversation, engaging yourself also.
Upanishad.
Anyone? A wild guess.
Upanishads.
Correct. But sir, we have done in some chapter in Bhagavad Gita. The name itself, Shraddha, does it strike you? Yes. Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yoga. This is from Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yoga, third verse in chapter 17. So what does it mean? It means according to your nature. We all know we have three natures, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. According to the student's nature, whatever practice he does, he will be Sa Eva Saha. According to that, he will get the benefit from the teacher. That is what is the meaning of this. So, such a story is there where Shankaracharya was with his 4 disciples, but one disciple is Totakacharya. Totaka means he cannot speak well. He's a dumb person. He doesn't understand so well, but he's very, very obedient. He does all the menial jobs in the ashram. So he was little late. Other three students were doing some talk where they were asking each other, why you have to wait for such a student who is not at all understanding anything? Let him come anytime. Let Guruji start the lecture. But Guruji overheard, and Guruji, when the student arrived from his all work, he just touched his forehead. Because the student was ready and he was having full devotion in Guru, he started speaking eloquently. So the student who is having the Shraddha, ultimate faith, will definitely benefit one day. That is the ideal student in the spiritual path. Now we move forward to the other qualities, like this one important quality of total surrender, which is most important in a student. Like Rama, when Lakshmana and Lakshman became a student actually, when they went for the Vanvasa. Arjuna, we know, is become a student of Krishna with total surrender, only after total surrender. And same with Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda is a student when he totally surrendered to Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa. But today I would like to tell about the teacher of all the teachers, that is Swami Chinmayananda, the one who is sitting here, one step below his guru. Actually, he was an engineer, I think chemical engineer from South, probably Kerala. His teacher, I'm not able to hear.
Kerala, sir.
Someone, yeah.
Yeah.
His teacher, Tapovan Maharaj, again from Kerala, he was staying in very high Uttarkashi, even beyond that, in the cold region. And then one day Swami Chinmayananda ji wanted to become his disciple and went there. But you see, when he went there, he was actually 6 feet, Swamiji. But Swamiji, the other Swami Tapovananda Maharaj, he said, you have to stay. He didn't even speak anything. For 6 long months, he didn't even see this student. And the student was such a student. He was not an ordinary student, Swami Chinmayananda. He just slept wherever he can. He just ate whatever he got. But he had total surrender in his guru. He knew this is his guru. He totally surrendered him, not just bodily, not just physically, mentally, in all the aspect he surrendered. After 6 months, his guru just gave one look to him. That was enough for him to stay back for the next 2 years, because again, few years it took for the guru to even speak a word with him. So what does it mean? Total surrender means surrendering in all aspects of human life, not just surrendering by money, materialistic thing, or by going to that guru. Mentally also you should be prepared. That is a total surrender. This is one more aspect of being an ideal student. This is one of the verses in 18th chapter. We have not done it, but Tameva Sharanam Gaccha Sarvabhavena Bharata Tat Prasadat Param Shantim Sthanam Prapsyasi Shashwatam. The person who completely surrender, Tameva, Arjuna is told in the last end of this Bhagavad Gita, if you surrender completely, Sarva Bhavena, I told again, all the aspect, not just one physical aspect. Bharata is Arjuna, Tat Prasadat Param Shantim. Shantim here means not that we want peace, only peace. It is the eternal peace, eternal understanding of I am the Brahman. That Shantim. Sthanam prapsyasi shaswatam. Such a sthanam here means such attainment will be definitely you will get it, and shashwatam with 100% guarantee it will stay with you. That is the tat prasada, means that is the benefit of giving complete surrender to Guru. So this is the meaning of a verse which is from 18 chapter 62. So we saw 4 qualities. Let us come to the one more quality. I think just a moment. I think this is, yeah, I wanted it. Yeah. So the third, fourth, fifth quality is the student has to believe in himself also, because after all that teaching by guru, the student has to understand and believe in what is he understood. Because if he doesn't believe, there is no point. Such an example is beautiful example is when we all know about Jamvant, who is the teacher of one of the teacher of Hanuman. When Hanuman was said that you can go and see in Lanka what is happening before the entire army goes, then Hanuman was really worried. How can he go to Lanka, which is such a huge, it is far away, and they are on the other part of the ocean. But Jamvant became the teacher. He took a form of a teacher and said, "You are all encompassing. You are the most powerful of all of us." In the childhood, he gave a recap to him that in the childhood you were not able to control yourself, so all the powers were stopped. But with one mantra, you can get all the powers. Then Hanuman believed in that. With that belief, he just took a plunge into the ocean, above the ocean, and he went in one jump, he went across. So what does it mean? It means that all of us, we all know when Guru is saying, Aham Brahmasmi. But how many have that belief? Mama Isha Manishaha. We have seen the Manisha Panchakam. Mama Isha Manisha. That what my Guru is saying, I have firm faith in it. I have firm belief. So such a person who has belief becomes an ideal student. And then he can do things which will be seen as impossible, not true. It may be something which is totally out of this world that he can achieve if he has this faith. So these are the few qualities of a student which we have to understand, we have to follow, and we have to imbibe in our daily routine. This is what is my talk today. Hari Om. Thank you. Nitya could not join the class today. So we all know Guru Dakshina. I'll just tell a few words about it. Guru Dakshina is not that a student gives something materialistic only. He can give anything. In one of the verses in 4th chapter, we will see Phalam Pushpam. Sorry, it is Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Means you can take a small twig. You can take one flower or one petal. And you can take one fruit also, doesn't matter. Even one twig, dry twig, can be given to your guru as dakshina. Now, why it is said so? Because the more the ego you carry, the more you can carry some materialistic thing to guru. But when you know that guru's teaching is to shed off the ego, nothing is left with you. You can see similarity between anything and everything. You will not have that belongings to many things. You can give anything as Guru Dakshina. But generally, Guru Dakshina is given also for coming out of the Rina. When Guru teaches you, you cannot actually give back anything to Guru. You can only give some things which will help reduce your loans, Rina towards Guru. So Guru Dakshina is important. Whatever it may be, whatever form it may be. It may be a coin, it may be a bundle, it may be a mountain, doesn't matter. It is Guru Dakshina, which is important, we should all know. I thought she will make some slides, but basically it is for our benefit that we give Guru Dakshina, not for Guru's benefit, that we have to understand. Now we come to the next is Arundhati. Go ahead, Arundhati.
Yes, sir. Next slide, sir. Next slide, sir.
Yes.
Guru Shishya Parampara. We all know exactly what Guru Shishya is Parampara. That is, the disciples, they go and stay with the Guru for a period of time and learn from them. We have elaborately seen what it is, but I'll just give few what happens there. It is a sacred bond which every Upanishad and Vedas talks about it, where role of the guru becomes very important in imparting knowledge, and for the seekers who take the path of self-realization. And here, not only knowledge is given, the deep bond of trust, respect, and love happens between guru and the disciple. Here, disciples, they not only gain intellectual wisdom, but moral values and spiritual insight is imbibed into them. And for this, best example is from Katha Upanishad. That is the Upanishad, the story of this Upanishad that starts from with the 8-year-old boy. So today I'm going to narrate this story to for the example of the relationship between Guru and Shishya. So next slide. So next slide. Yeah. Here, the 8-year-old boy is called, his name is Nachiketas, and his father's name is Vajaswaras. He performs a yagna, where this yagna is particularly to reach the heaven. And in the process, what happens whenever the yagna is complete, they have to donate whatever belongs to the person. The person who is doing yagna has to give away everything that belongs to that person. So the yagna got over and he started distributing things to the Brahmins who performed the yagna. Next slide, sir. Here, Nachiketas saw a group of cow waiting to be donated. Usually, in this yagna, the cow that is to be distributed will be decked with jewelry and they'll be very healthy and all that. But the cows sitting there, they had their last food, they had drank their last water, and they were very old and decrepit. So, in this condition, Nachiketa had a thought, how could my father distribute such thing to the Brahmanas? Because doing that, it is like violating the rules of the yagna, because everything belongs to the person who performs the yagna should be distributed. So he went to his father. Next slide, sir. So he went to his father and asked his father, to whom are you giving me away to? Because he belongs to his father. So he asks his father, to whom are you giving me away to? Nachiketas. Vajaswaras. Vajaswaras. So, when he asked this question for the first time, his father kept quiet. And again, Nachiketas goes to his father and repeats the same question. And his father got little angry and he says, I'm going to give you away to Lord of Death. That is Yamaraja. So the little one at this age, he was not confused at all. The first thought that came to his mind is, I'm relatively not a very bad boy. I'm a good boy. And why is my father giving me away to death? Okay, then there should be an important mission to be accomplished with Yamaraja. So he decides to go. In the meantime, his father's worried. Only then he realizes what he has done. So he goes to Nachiketas and tells him, no need to go. You can stay back. It was my fault. But Nachiketas, these wise people, they cannot go back on their words. So I'll abide by your words and I'm going to Yamaraja. And next slide, sir. He goes to Yamaraja. And here he finds Yamaraja is not there. So Yamaraja will be back only after 3 nights. So next slide, sir. There, the people from Yamaraja's house, everybody come out and they request the boy to come inside and have some food. But Nachiketas was very clear. I am a gift from my father to Lord Yamaraja, so I cannot come inside without him accepting the gift. So I have to stay back, and he stays beside the gate waiting for Yamaraja. So next slide. So finally, after 3 days, Yamaraja arrives and asked, and he was very happy to see Nachiketas abiding by rules and sitting and waiting for him for 3 days without even eating any food or drinking water. First, he receives Nachiketas, he gives food, he gives all the, he makes him comfortable and he says, I'm so happy, I'm giving you 3 boons. So you ask whatever you want for the 3 nights you are waiting. I'm giving you 3 boons. So what are the 3 boons? First boon is Nachiketas asked that his father should regain his peace of mind. Because naturally a father will be worried that he's given away his son to Yamaraja. So he asks Yamaraja to cool down his father so that his father can sleep peacefully. And he added clauses to this boon as well, asking that when he returns back home, his father should recognize him as his son, not as a ghost. He was very clear that he's going back to his father again and he's not staying back with the Yamaraja. So the next boon was, he was very much, he wanted to know the yaga that his father was performing. So he asked Yamaraja to explain in detail the procedures involved in this yaga, because many people perform this yaga to reach heaven. So he wants to know. So Yamaraja explains to him in detail with Veda Purva and everything in detail what happens. In the end, Yamaraja asks Nachiketas, did you understand? For that, Nachiketas started explaining everything in detail from the beginning to the end, as it was explained to him by Yamaraja. So Yamaraja was so happy to hear it, and he named the yaga in his name, Nachiketas' name itself, and he took a mala from his head and presented it to Nachiketas. Now comes the story. The third boon the question he asked was, what happens after the death? Not about the jiva or the stula shariram. He was asking about some Brahma Vidya. And Yama understood what it was, but he was not ready to start with the education. So his first answer was, even some of the gods are not very clear with that. So you being a mortal, how will you able to understand? You ask something else. For that, Nachiketas, he was a very intelligent boy. He immediately understood Yamaraja knows what it is. And even the gods are not aware. So it is a very special knowledge that he has to gain it. Next slide, sir. And for that, Yamaraja's answer was, I'll give you lots of children, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren. I'll give you a big palace. I'll give you lots of money, thousands and thousands of acres. I'll give you girls dancing 24/7 in your palace, musicians singing 27 in your palace, what not, everything you ask for will be provided. But Nachiketas was very clear and he said, no. All these things you're giving me now is impermanent. I want the permanent. What is the permanent? Please start. I want to learn about it. So please teach me. Next slide, sir. And, and this is what sadhana chatushyam that we already learned. This, do you think all the qualities that has been mentioned here is with Nachiketas? Yes, discrimination, dispassion, discipline, and desire for him to learn the Brahma Vidya. That was what he holded on to, which he was able to make Yama teach him the Brahma Vidya. But I'd like to say, we have all these qualities, but we don't follow it. It is not permanent in us. But temporarily we follow it. Discrimination, coming to this class itself is a viveka for us. But leaving the family behind, leaving the entertainments behind, making the time to come, sit here and learn is a viveka, discrimination. But do we do it every day? Do we follow it? Even the dispassion, the children who go away to study, stay in hostel, they have dispassion towards family. They make and then go there and study. But that is all temporary. It's not permanent. And even the discipline, when you want to attain something, example, you want to do your exams, you want to study well, you want to attain the first mark, you follow these disciplines. Naturally, everything comes to your mind. And you have a desire to attain something. For a chess player who needs to win, the desire will be only concentrated in chess. That way, for us, we all experience it, but it is only temporary. So making it permanent is what that leads us to the Purushata, that is the moksha. Next slide, sir. So Yama is very much happy with Nachiketas to get a student with such a quality. He was really happy and he welcomed Nachiketas with both the hands and started teaching the Brahma Vidya. But in this, the parable from this Katha Upanishad is, we've been studying about it more often. That is a chariot. The parable that he starts with is the chariot, where chariot, the 5 horses are our senses and all that. So we've been reading it. I think we all know what it is. So that is from this Upanishad. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om. Excellent, excellent presentation with very beautiful slides of presentation Nachiketa, Yamara Dharmaraya. So that Samadhi, Shatka Sampatti, we are all trying to do it. We have all done it in some way. As you said, the part of Vairagya, any person should have Vairagya to be in the path of spirituality, because all our senses are taking us away every time. Even if someone is hungry, he will think about food. If someone is sleepy, he will always see the bed. And always it will keep us away from the spiritual life, these 5 senses. So Vairagya is one of the most important, not if the only important, but one of the most important in spiritual sadhanas. And this story brings out all these things. So I think we have no presentation because it's already 8. Let us start with next class, this 4.6, if I am okay, if it's okay for all of you. And we take Sir's, is it okay? Because it's already 8, right?
Yes, sir.
We can just continue this in the next class. And this considered to be only Guru Purnima celebration. I hope it is okay.
Yes, sir.
And we will go to Sir's Turukuru. Oh, so many things are there. Yeah. We will end by chanting our mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. I will stop the recording.